The Ring is an evil little girl horror movie. The movie starts with these two girls that are hanging out by themselves, and one of them brings up this evil videotape that kills you in 7 days. Well, coincidentally, the other girl actually had watched that video, and it's been, you guessed it, 7 days. Well, shit hits the fan for her. Fast forward, now we're following our main character and her son. And yes, the girl that watched that tape actually dies, so we're now meeting our main characters at her funeral. Well, the mom of the daughter that ends up dying is like, look, please figure out what happened to my little girl, because basically she died from a heart attack and was disfigured, and it just don't make sense. Science can't explain it. So basically our main character, she is like a reporter, so this is right up her alley. She starts investigating and finds this cabin, goes to this cabin, and finds this tape and watches the tape, and it is disturbing images, and she gets a phone call, and it's this little girl, and she says 7 days, which is basically you have 7 days to live before this evil little girl comes out your TV and kills you. And the movie is just basically this lady using her investigative journalism to basically solve this case. Well, she ends up getting her husband involved, and he watches the tape. So now they're kind of like, well, he doesn't even believe her, but eventually he does, because it distorts your face, and that's what clues him in on it. But nonetheless, everything's kind of hitting the fan. We're getting down to the 7 days. There's only a couple days left. And their son, which is the little boy, ends up watching the tape. So now it's all or nothing. They have to figure out how to stop the tape from killing basically everyone she loves. And she ends up debunking it and goes to this farm, basically helps this little girl, like just a classic ending, very sweet, good times basically. And does she end up saving herself, her ex, and her son? I have to watch The Ring to find out, because it's a good time. So that's about it for the movie, my review to The Ring. And I was never the biggest fan of The Ring. I mean, the movie's good. It's good storytelling, and it has a crazy ending. It just was never my favorite horror movie. But definitely, this movie, what it does super well is set up for Ring 2 and the ending. I love Mr. X. I love the fact that you think it's a happy ending, and then they kind of find out that everything they did was for nothing, then someone dies. I always like that. And this is just a really good example of a movie that just takes it to like the next level, because it sets up for Ring 2 so good. I mean, easily just sets up for the sequel. Like, I want to see the sequel. And imagine like waiting, like if you've seen this in the theater, you'd be like, holy shit. So basically what happens is they released the little girl thinking she was trapped, but in reality, I mean, just she's evil. She's an evil little girl, and they kind of let her loose, which wasn't good. So they thought they stopped her. Turns out they didn't. Main character, our female, she doesn't die, the mom, because she had made a copy of the tape, and basically that's how you pass the curse on. So unfortunately, she passes it on to her ex, and he gets murdered after they thought they solved everything, which was a crazy ending because you like that guy, you know? Good storytelling, you like the family, and you don't want no one to die. Well, when she finally puts two and two together, she ends up making a copy, well, making her son make that copy where he's not affected no more. And then the son's like, so what do we do when we make someone watch this? Like, he even understands, like, the people we make watch this are going to die. Like, that's murder. And it's just crazy because basically that's what she has to do, is now force someone to watch so she doesn't die, because basically she's retaking the curse from her son, but now she has to pass it on. It's just a good setup, and that was just really good writing and just really good. I know this is just a remake to the Japanese The Ring, a version of it, which I have not seen. Unfortunately, man, I own all the rings but that one, which I gotta get, so definitely like to compare. So, but it looked like the ratings for the first one, the Japanese one, was way higher than this, even though this did get low ratings. Yeah, just the acting was really good. I really liked some of the cuts and scenes of this movie. Like, they really did good with the camera work. The little girl was like a little iffy, honestly. Nothing real crazy with her. Like, they finally show her in the end, and it's like, she's like kind of like TV screen looking because she comes out of a TV. Yeah, there wasn't really a lot going on in this movie until the very end, because it's like a build-up movie, which I don't mind. It's because it has a good like ending. Yeah, honestly, this was a good movie too to watch on DVD, because the quality isn't the best, and I feel like that kind of adds to the movie for some reason. This is just one of those movies I think would be really fun to watch on like VHS. I also heard rumors that there's a VHS version that you can't fast forward past a part where they actually show the tape, so you're actually showed the evil tape, and yeah, you can't fast forward through it. I also heard that on the DVD, but I could fast forward through it, so I don't know. Yeah, regardless, this is just a pretty good movie, and I mean, like, when The Ring came out, it did a lot of people talked about it, and it got parodied super hard in Scary Movie 3. Scary Movie 3 absolutely nailed that shit, but yeah. So my recommendation to The Ring, and honestly this is easily recommended because it's the Ring, but like I said, I was never the biggest fan of The Ring, so I probably wouldn't rate it anything higher than recommended. Just, you know, everybody has their opinions, and like I said, the recommendations are just my opinions, but nonetheless, recommend. It's really